Hey Will, I want to tell you about the success story we had here at Hillside in Nutley. This is actually a very proud story for me. So this was a for sale by owner property on Zillow from July until December. They had secured 2 offers in that time period, a 409 offer. Unfortunately, that offer, the buyer lost their job due to COVID, so they had to fall back to a 399 offer, and the same exact scenario happened here. And it's unfortunate, but that's the market we're in right now sometimes.
We can't control COVID, right? And somebody loses their job because of COVID is unfortunate. But Matt, can you tell me what the value is in having so much more traffic through the door and the owner being able to choose from more buyers?
I think that's the biggest thing for this seller. When we met, we went through what we're going to do to bring the action through the door. We were able to, after going through our entire campaign, to bring 7 buyers through and induce multiple offers that also gave them the ability to have an appraisal waiver. So what that means is whatever the number appraises for, the buyer is still going to come up with a difference for our seller.
Now that's very important in this market because a lot of the comparable sales a lot of the homes that are on the contract have not adjusted based on the current market conditions. So if the home hasn't sold, an appraiser can't use it as a comparable sale. It's still pending, right? So it's not just the amount of traffic to give the owner more choices, and it doesn't come down just to price. It also comes down to terms.
Yep.
Which offer can we choose that's going to make the process as seamless as possible for the seller and protect the integrity of the transaction, right? So the appraisal waiver was big on this one.
Absolutely. And at the end of the day, we were also able to find 2 great employees. One's a teacher, one's a police officer, so we knew that they weren't going to lose their job anytime soon.
Now, another thing that's important that you understand, it's not about the ability of getting an offer on your home. Anyone can put a sign on the lawn, anybody can post a home on Zillow. It really comes down to the amount of traffic that we're bringing into the property and how that can impact the overall results, price and terms, and more importantly, your experience. If you're pulling your hair throughout the process, did you accomplish something and then the deal falls through? Leave that up to us.
You can see we do all the hair pulling.
Yeah.
So I can tell you that when we were reviewing the offers together with the seller, about 15-20 minutes in, he said, time out, stop. I should have hired you 6 months ago. This is awesome. Keep going with the offers. And then we ended up getting a fantastic offer, $25,000 over their highest asking price offer before.
Now, one thing that's important to mention is Zillow, okay? The world's perception of Zillow as a dominant real estate market, real estate website is evident, right? The issue is the seller's perception on how that's going to help them sell their home. It's not about just selling, it's about your experience and how much money you're netting. So what's the issue with Zillow? Zillow's in the business of selling leads to realtors. They're not in the business of helping homeowners sell their home for free. So what happens is, for the buyer to contact you directly on Zillow, it's very difficult. If they're submitting a lead form, they're putting in their name, phone number, and email. That information goes directly to Zillow and is sold to a premier agent. The issue with that is we're losing opportunities. People that are inquiring about your home are being directed to another person. Now this person may show them 10 other properties. This person may take them specifically to one of their listings. How does that hurt your chances? Another thing that's important to understand about Zillow, you're attracting organic traffic, people that are looking in town. How many other buyer opportunities can we induce? Example, someone working with a newer agent. The newer agent maybe doesn't have the confidence to call for sale by owner, or may feel like their commission isn't protected. So how do we invite newer agents to show your home? Is making sure that property is in a multiple listing service, right? But that's just one of the check marks. One of our biggest strengths is being able to promote to a specific audience. Who's likely to buy a home like this? Where do they live now? And who's actually looking now in other towns that are comparable? And how do we steer them in your direction? It's all about increasing the audience, increasing the traffic through the door, having them come in and feel that emotion when walking through and picturing their family growing in the home. That's what you want as a seller, to be able to push the limits on price and terms.
And we do this another way by doing a click marketing campaign. We're going to unlock additional buyer pools that normally maybe not even know about Nutley. We're putting the property in Hoboken, New York, Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, and we're showing the property to folks that are not familiar about this side of the Hudson River and New Jersey. And what that allows you to do is induce maybe renters that have been renting for years, and we say, why rent when you can own? Come visit this open house in Nutley. All of that, like Will said, is to get more traffic through the door at that open house and give you multiple offers and multiple choices when it comes to the buyer you want to work with.
Yeah, and the one thing I just want to make sure is very clear, that's paramount importance. What matters the most when selling the home is traffic through that door and your experience. What good is a perception of saving 3, 4, 5% in commission when the place sold for 7% less, right? What good is a little bit of savings here if the deal fell through? So these are things you have to think about, and we have a vast amount of resources and tools and assets in our team to put you at an advantage. I'd love that we can get on the phone and discuss these options for you to simply have options and make the best decision for you and your family.
There's many ways to help, and we love the opportunity.